My name is Avisa. I am a physical education teacher at Government High Secondary School, Chiechama. Today I'll be talking on the topic, the benefits of exercises. What is an exercise? In short, we can say as the wonder drugs. Exercise as the wonder drugs. Now, when we talk about exercises, we have the wrong notions that exercise should be only done by adult or maybe for all people like that. But there is a total wrong notion. Exercise is essential for everyone, be it for a kid, for an adult, or for all age people. Hospitals are the only places where inactive people visit more often than the active people. In other words, if you're inactive, you have very less chances of going to the hospitals for any kind of sicknesses comparing to those inactive people. Now, when you should exercise or why should you exercise? It increases our endurance. Now, when we talk about endurance, we have the wrong notions that stamina like that, but it means it is endurance. So let me just define it. The ability to endure an unpleasant or difficult process or situation without giving way. That means you're doing an activity, and if you still have that energy to do the next activity, that is called endurance. Now, it increases the strength. It increases flexibility also when you exercise. The range of motion, the range of body motion can be increased by doing exercises. It increases energy. Energy in the sense the strength or vitality required to sustain physical or mental activity. It helps lose or maintain weight. Now, when you exercise, we have so many reasons why we used to exercise. Some people exercises to lose weight. Some people exercises to maintain weight. Some people exercises to gain weight. So when you exercises, you can lose your weight, you can maintain your weight, or you can as well as increases your weight. It improves sleeps. Now, aerobic exercises causes the body to release endorphins. So it can automatically improve your sleeping. It stabilizes blood sugar levels. It strengthens your heart. And you have high chances of reducing the risk for heart diseases if you exercise. Now, what is physical activity and exercise? Again, our society have very different kind of wrong notions in this physical activity and exercises. Supposing you are going for a walk, you ask that person what you are doing, then that person needs to say, exercise, I'm doing exercises like that. That is a total no. So let me just say what is the exact definition of physical activity and exercise. Now, physical activity, defined by the American College of Sports Medicine, ACSM. Any bodily movement that is produced by contraction of skeletal muscles and increases energy expenditure is called physical activity. So in here we can give an example of mopping the floor, cleaning the dishes, or doing household activities. So those activities can come under physical activity, not under exercise. Now, what is exercise? Exercise is defined as a subclass of physical activity, planned, structured, and repetitive bodily movement done to improve or maintain one or more components of physical fitness. Here we can give an example of skipping, repetitive skipping. So it's a repetitive bodily movement. You are jumping up and down. So you can take it as an exercise. Or if you have any kind of activity that is well structured, that can be called as an exercise. Now, when not to exercise or when you should not exercise. If you have any newly undiagnosed illness, you should not exercise. Or if you have any pain, be it in your upper body or lower body, you should not exercise. If you are not feeling well also, you should not exercise. And if you have, very most important thing, if you have unstable sugar level, you should not exercise. Symptoms that should be reported to your medical doctor. If you have pain or pressure in your chest, neck or jaw, you should report to your medical doctor. Excessive fatigue, not related to lack of sleep. If you have excessive fatigue, which is totally not related to lack of sleep, you should report to your medical doctor. Unusual shortness of breath. If you have that shortness of breath, you should report to your doctor. Or if you have dizziness or lightheadedness during or after exercises, you should report to your medical doctor. If you have persistent, rapid, or irregular heart rate during or after exercises. How to get started? Now, if you're planning to exercise or if you're going to take up exercising, you should have certain principles. So you can follow this FITT principle. Now, what does F stands for? Frequency. The number of days per week you are going to do. Be it, we have seven days in a week. If you're planning for 5 days in a week, and what frequency you're going to do, you have to plan it in advance. I stands for intensity. How hard you are going to go for those activities. And T stands for type of activity. T again stands for time. That is how long you are going to go. Now, let's talk about frequency. You can start walking around the block once or twice a week. Maybe your school campus, maybe your house, or maybe any kind of offices like that. You can start walking around your block once or twice a week. Then, second, community program. You can attend any kind of community programs, volunteer yourself physically, and senior recreation programs. These senior recreation programs, it means any kind of, maybe of art, maybe of laughing competitions, maybe of any kind of related to senior citizens. Start with 5 or 10 minutes or what you can tolerate. Don't start 20 to 30 minutes at one go. Begin with slow, that is 5 to 10 minutes on the very first day, and add 1 to 2 minutes every week. Slowly, you increase. Your goal duration should be 20 to 60 minutes every day. That is, every day when you work out, your goal should be 20 to 60 minutes. Intensity, how hard you are going to go. I stands for intensity. Go at your own pace. You should never compete with your friend. When you exercise, you be yourself and go at your own pace. You can start with the talk test, exercise at conversation level. If you have a company, you keep on talking to them, you have a conversation with them, as well as that exercise, that activity should be in conversation level. If you are short of breath, slow down. When you're exercising, if you feel that you are running short of breath, you slow down, take a breath, and continue with your exercises. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. If you're tired, you take rest. If you think that you can go for more kind of activities, you go for it. T stands for type of exercises. Endurance, we can say first endurance exercises, be it swimming, be it jogging, be it running, be it dancing. All these kind of things, all the cardio exercises can be done to increase your endurance. Anything that involves working your arms and leg. Or continuous repetitive structured activities. Walking first, cycling, dancing, swimming, stair climbing, all these kind of activities, it is a continuous, repetitive, and structured activity. So you can do this kind of activities like walking, cycling, dancing, swimming, and stair climbing. When you exercise, always you should remember to warm up and remember to cool down. This is one of the most important thing when you take up exercises. Warm up and cool down. Time. Start with what you can tolerate. Start with what we can tolerate. In other words, don't begin your exercises on the very first day for 60 minutes like that. You start with what your body can take it. Like you can start with walking at 1 to 2 minutes every day, daily. You can keep on increasing 1 to 2 minutes the very next day. Or you can start with stair climbing and add 1 to 2 steps per week, or maybe if you think that you are fit, or if you think that your body can do, you can increase it on the very next day, if not per week. Work towards 30 to 60 minutes most days of the week. The more you do, the stronger you will get. You need to remember that if you increase your intensity, remember that the stronger you will get. And when you do exercises, always remember you can do it. Now, the benefits of exercises on respiratory systems, that is lungs. The lung capacity increases. The lung capacity increases. It means the amount of oxygen intake in your body, it increases when you exercises. It works more efficiently. So it is said that those people who exercises or who work out has the higher, lower heart rate comparing to those inactive people. Now next, cardiovascular system, that is heart. Heart able to pump more blood more efficiently, reducing workload on the heart. Now when you exercise, your hearts start to pump more blood. So it helps, and it helps in reducing workload on the heart. Mental health. It contributes to positive self-esteem. It helps to deal with stress. It leads to more productive work. It decreases fatigue. Fatigue, in other words, when you're going to offices, and if you are too tired, you can go for a light workout so that your body will will get relaxed. It helps in overcoming depression. Now, RICE. R stands for rest, I stands for ice, C stands for compression, and E stands for elevation. When do you need to use this R? What is rise? So if you have any kind of injury while doing activity, while doing any kind of exercises, you can follow this rise. So rest, ice, compression, and elevation. Now rest. If you're injured, do not overuse that injured area. And don't put weight on that injured area. I, that is ice. If you have sprained your ankle, you put an icing for 20 to 30 minutes every 2 to 3 hours for first 24 to 48 hours. If it goes beyond that, you should not put an icing if it goes beyond 48 hours. Now, 4 stages of cold. That is cold, burning, itching, and numbness. When you do icing, you'll face these 4 stages. That is cold, burning, icing, and numbness. C, that is compression. Use ACE bandage. Start below and wrap upward. Compression. ACE is a type of bandage that you can stretch. That is stretchable. So use that kind of bandages once you wrap any kind of sprain or any kind of injury. The next, elevation. While icing or compression, raise higher than heart to decrease swelling and pain. Now elevation, supposing if you have a leg injury, you raise it up, let the person lie down and raise the leg higher than your heart level so that the blood flow decreases to that injured area and automatically it will decrease the swelling and pain. Thank you.